Hi, I'm Vicky. This is my first true upload of a video that is about something I feel is kind of important. First off, my husband passed away on April 8th, 2015, and it left me raising my son and my daughter without the one that I love, that helped me create them. And I just want to talk about what this whole situation has brought for me mentally, emotionally. Now, little background. Adam and I met on April 8th, 2002. Irony, yes. Weird circle, yes. And we clicked right away, just as friends. And then a couple months later, I left town. We lost track of each other for about 7-8 months. We ran into each other again, and it was that click. I was one of the fortunate ones to find my other half, the love of my life, my best friend. Not saying it was perfect, because it wasn't. I mean, we still had our fights. But we found each other, and we made it work. We traveled to Carnival together. We started raising our beautiful babies. My son is currently 15. My daughter is 12. And yes, we had our ups and downs, but we made it work. Even if we fought, we reminded each other that we loved each other. And we both pictured ourselves old and gray, going of old age. April 2nd, 2015, my husband Adam woke me up 5:30 in the morning saying he wanted to go to the hospital. He was not the type to want to go to the hospital. He was the type that, I'm fine. So I knew something was wrong. He hemmed and hawed, changed his mind back and forth. Finally, I said, we're going. Driving to the hospital. And I hear him make a strange noise. I'm like, talk to me, honey, talk to me. He says, I'm okay. I'm just trying to focus on breathing, honey. And he just touched my hand. He stopped breathing in the car next to me 10 minutes before I got him to the hospital. And I pulled into the ambulance area of the emergency room, put it in park, ran in, and said, someone needs to help me. My husband's not breathing in the car. They ran out, started CPR right in the parking lot. They did CPR for 40 minutes. They got him into the hospital, and then they continued the CPR. They did 40 minutes of CPR. I called his dad. I called my mom. And then they told me that I would probably have to say my goodbyes. When I left here, my uncle was staying here living with us, and he was with my kids. So I called him to let him know what the doctor said. And then I hung up, and I was sitting in the parking lot, and I accidentally butt dialed him back, and he told me the sound that I made, that he heard, was like that of a wounded animal crying out for its mate. And when I did this, I scared a nurse that was walking across the parking lot. But once I got myself under semi-control, I went back in, and the interim, about 10 minutes between when I went out to call my uncle so he could prepare my kids. And the time I got back in, they managed to start his heart again. The nurse that I had scared in the parking lot met me at the door and said they brought him back. They brought him back. They life flighted him to Eastern Maine. And then did surgery. And then got him to ICU. Now, my son's birthday was the next day. He was turning 11. I came back to the house long enough to give him a birthday present, which was a Hogwarts letter and an owl that Adam and I had planned on making sure he got, because at the time he loved Harry Potter. And then I went back and stayed by Adam's side. Now, I was talking to him. I hardly left the hospital. I stayed by his side talking to him. I had one doctor think I was being foolish and naive. But I had hope, because Adam was a very strong-willed, stubborn, loving person. And he would not want to leave us. April 6th, he's still hanging on. And 3 times he did our special secret signal of squeezing hands 3 times for I love you. And he did this in front of other people. So, of course, we all had hope. That night, he went brain dead. He never regained consciousness from when he stopped breathing in the car. The last time his eyes were open, he was dead. And then I had to make the tough decision to follow his request of not being on life support. That is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, was make the decision to tell the doctors to pull the plug. And then I had to come home and tell our babies that he wasn't coming home. April 8th, around 2:30 in the afternoon, he breathed his last. Now, to be absolutely honest, if I hadn't had my babies, I just would have given up then. I know I'm suffering the broken heart disease. My entire life right now revolves around those children and being there for them, when doing what they need, what they want. The past 4.5 years have been very hard. Yes, I've had friends and family be there, be supportive, help me. But I never thought I would be raising my babies without Adam by my side. I never thought I'd be dealing with puberty on my own. Now my kids, they've been so good. I only had a brief 5 to 6 month period with my son of the rebellious teen, and he has helped out so much. And my daughter is such a sweet, empathetic girl that she picks up when I'm having a bad day. I have had so many bad days where I miss him so much. It hurts to breathe. And then there were times, the first first 2 years, every single night, I relived that entire week in my nightmares. Every night, full color, full sound. I still periodically have that. The holidays are the hardest, as well as birthdays. December 3rd was his birthday. Of course, Christmas Day. 3 days after Christmas was our wedding anniversary. We got married on my daddy's birthday. February 14th, Valentine's Day, is the day he asked me to be his girlfriend by asking me if I would be his Valentine. And of course, April. My son hates his birthday now. And I understand. I try to make it so he can enjoy it. My kids have had very rough days. They know they can talk to me when they're having one. They know I will listen. It is so hard. I am still living in the same house, sleeping in the same bed. I have had a lot of people say I should be dating by now. But I can't yet. I can't. I have gone through all the stages of grief, but I keep coming back to both the full-blown, painful, heart-wrenching sadness and the rage. Am I mad at him? No, because I know he wouldn't have chosen to leave us. I am angry, yes. I am sad. I am lonely. I'm hurt. And I miss him so bad. I focus every day to work, to take care of my children. I don't really take time for me. I know I should, but I don't do well when I'm left to my own devices, because then I think too much. And I think about everything we did together, everything we talked about doing, places we wanted to go, things we wanted to do. That was my husband when he was a little kid. My son, he is definitely his father's clone. He walks like him. He talks like him. He has the same tone of voice. He has the same body build. Which I adore my children. And some days it's a blessing that he's so much like his father, and other days it makes it hurt so much. And I know it bothers him because he's told me. Now, I'm not throwing a pity party or anything like that. I know there's other widows out there that are going through the same thing. Some are newer to the pain. I won't say that it gets easier. You just get harder. You're able to stand a little stronger under it. It is a terrible weight. I know someday I will find another partner. Won't be the same, because you can't find your soulmate twice in one life. And I know Adam and I always said we were each other's soulmates. We felt it. It was that instant click. The irony of the day that we met is the day that he died. You can't make this up. There was numerous times that we should have met when we were both growing up, but we didn't because it wasn't the time. And I am grateful for the time I had with him, and I wish to whoever's out there that I had more. To those that are not going through what I'm dealing with, but are seeing this, cherish your partner, your loved ones, because you never know when they're going to get yanked away from you and your whole life is going to get upended.